Yeah, it's getting to that point. It's starting to sink in.
For you, this past offseason, was it different at all now that it's your last year, it's your senior season, or was it kind of more of the same for you?
I mean, as far as like the routine and then the preparation and everything, it was the same, but like my mindset, I guess, how I approached everything was a little bit different, knowing that, you know, my last few games are approaching me. So like I don't really know what the future has in store for me. So like, yeah, I'd say a bit of the same, but a little difference to it.
Has that sunk in yet? Last few games last year, and is it nerves or is it excitement?
It's excitement, but it's a little bit of nerves, and then just kind of the thought of change, like knowing that I won't be walking into the Alamo Dome anymore or leaving to get onto the bus with my teammates and stuff like that. Just, I don't know. I try not to think about it too much, but when it gets here, it'll be on my mind consistently.
I know you've said it before, you're kind of the old man on the offense. How does that feel?
Man, I'm starting to hate it now because the guys their jokes are getting kind of mean. I mean, like, yeah, I'm old, but I'm like not like the oldest guy to come through here. So, I mean, I enjoy it. Everybody somewhat looks to me as, you know, elder. I don't want to say father figure or anything like that, but they look to me as like somebody for support or something like that.
But it's more of a respect thing, right? Because you look at the offense and there are not a lot of returning senior starters. You're one of those guys. So for the younger guys, do they, you know, ask you questions as well because you are one of those older established players?
Yeah, I get quite a few questions every day. So somebody always has something that needs to be answered. So I say, yeah, I'm the guy to come to.
Is that just something you embrace now? You realize, hey, this is, I mean, you probably had those too, right? You don't realize at the time. But
yeah, I didn't realize at the time. But yeah, I've always like the David Glasgow's and BA's, Brandon Armstrong's, Brian Vaughn's. You know, I had a lot of people help me while I was here at a younger age. So I feel like it's just my turn to give back and do that now.
What do you think about this running back group as a whole? You have you and you have BJ Daniels and then, you know, the San Antonio guy, Brendan Brady. How does this group look to you?
I'd probably say like this is like the biggest group of backs that we have. I mean, if you don't really include me, but you do, it's just like everyone just has so much size and the speed is there and the power is there. So I just say this is a good group, but it's slightly different than what everybody's used to.
After 2016, when you had the 9 touchdowns, you know, a ton of yardage, was last year maybe from a stat perspective a little disappointing, or is it still just kind of evolving into making you the player you are this year?
I mean, yeah, it was somewhat disappointing, but I mean, adversity hits at any time, and you gotta battle through it. So, I mean, yes, I'm not happy with my statistics from last season, but it is what it is. I'm going to continue to grind and get better. So, I'm not really worried about the past.
Is there something that you wanted to improve on? Maybe not necessarily that you noticed that was bad last year, but just to further enhance your game going into this year?
I really just want to focus on like yards after contact and then being a bigger force in the receiving game. I feel like I can do a lot of things receiving out of the backfield, so just try to mix myself in there a little bit more.
You guys got those 6 wins last year, but then it was okay, we only had 11 games. We're sitting there at 6-5, and they don't call UTSA for a bowl. How did that kind of carry over into spring practice and now going into this start of the season?
It carried over pretty well. I mean, a lot of people were disappointed. So when you leave a season with disappointment, you can't really focus on the next without like that chip on your shoulder, without knowing that something didn't go right. So everybody's been gelling together, meshing together, and we're focused on one thing. So I'd say we were pretty motivated.
So maybe the simple question then, is that the goal? Have you guys set out, we have a definitive, this is what we want to
That is the goal. The goal is to win and get to a bowl game and win the bowl game. Also win conference championship.